Talking to me?
So you want a showdown, huh?
Sure bet. Just bring your microphone and come on down.
Well, I do not know, man. You see, man, where I come from. We got to do this thing in the junction.
You're acting like a wild coyote. I'll see you there.
Exotic in a combination. Hey, get ready, stand by. Well, this is a showdown.
Let's explore the legacy of PAN as the Trinidad and Tobago National Panorama 2026 Single PAN Band Finals Competition and the likes is underway. This morning, Kwesi Moore joins us in his usual capacity because from now till Carnival, I expect that we will have you on a regular basis to update us on the happenings in PAN Trinbago in your capacity as PRO.
I have a strong suspicion as well.
I feel, yeah, it just seems right, especially since you all rolled out a calendar that kicked things off technically in October. We have a lot to cover. You've spaced it out nicely. There are changes to discuss, and we need updates. So how are you feeling right now?
Excited, you know. We're in Panorama season, so I in my glee right about now, if I'm being honest. And we're in the single PAN category season as well. So that is most exciting, most thrilling.
Now, single PAN itself has its own culture, if you will, but there have been some changes and some interesting things unfurling. So tell us what we can expect this year.
So, over the last week and a half or so, we would have completed the preliminary judging of the single PAN competition. Panorama, of course, was launched officially on the 9th of November. And we went around to the different PAN yards as we usually do, which to me is the real essence of what we talk about when we say PAN is community and PAN will never die.
Right.
All right. We've gone around to the different PAN yards throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, East, North, Tobago, and South Central region.
Right.
And 48 of our single PAN bands would have vied for space in the finals of the competition. That would have ended last week Thursday. We had results released on Friday, and we now have the top 25 bands going into the finals for the single PAN competition on Saturday, the 29th of November.
Now, you've definitely made a significant jump from, well, 48 to 25, and there is no other competition. It was semis straight to finals.
Prelims straight to finals.
Sorry, prelims straight to finals. No semis this time around. Why the change? How did that come about?
Well, usually for each category, we meet with our member bands in their respective categories to get a feel for what they would like, as well as going through the rules and regulations of the competition. And we realized with the single PAN bands that they would have preferred, from last year, this is not the first time we're doing it, last year was the first time, they would prefer to go straight from the prelims to the semis. So as an executive body, we made that decision, and that's how the competition is rolling again for 2026.
It also means then that it's a more intense finals altogether, because we have a shorter period to actually judge the bands, yes?
Right.
I don't know how they do it, but it's going to be the best 6 minutes of their lives. Like, is that the
correct.
time?
So the maximum amount of playing time is 6 minutes per band, but they do give us the best 6 minutes of their lives. Yeah.
I mean, it's better.
Yeah.
Now, from 20, you're going to have, or rather, out of that 20, you're going to get a lot of repetition, I imagine, with the selection of songs. Is that usually the case? What do you think this year might give us?
Well, 25 bands, first of all.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. But we realized with the single PAN category, they jump back. They go old school. A lot of old school calypsos, kaisos, some old school soakers, as you would call them, you know. So we have things like Band Meet Band, Showdown.
Right.
We have Jumbie in the mix. We have Do Back Back going. So it's a wide.
Hilarious that these are retro now. It's like, but I get you. Yes.
Yeah. So a wide range of music that will be going down on Saturday, the 29th.
And I know you need to take your vitamins and pace yourself, but the rest of us also need to pace ourselves because the calendar extends well into the season as well, so that we have single PAN and then, of course, small and conventional to look forward to. Any changes or numbers that we can share there as well?
Not at this point in time. That continues as usual. The only change that we do, which happens on a yearly basis, we rotate which regions we go to in the PAN yards first. So last year, I believe it was North first, then East, etc. This year, we start in the East. Woohoo! We go down South, then we go to Tobago, and we end in the North. So we're very excited. Legacy, ours to love, ours to cherish, is the theme for Panorama 2026, and of course, single PAN bands is the foundation of our legacy. They are the foundation of our legacy.
Like, could you come forward seriously?
No,
that's what. Let's explore it, because I mean, when we talk about legacy, it to me speaks to what was done before, obviously.
Right.
So why do you say single PAN is the actual foundation of that legacy?
It's where the instrument was birthed from. All right, so from our forefathers, from our ancestors, they would have taken the discarded oil drum, taken metal bins and things like that, going through the streets of Trinidad, ponging it, hitting it, exploring. And the first form of that steel band would have been the single pan bands. Pan round the neck, as it's called. You're tied around your neck and you go through the streets of Trinidad with a duduk and a single guitar. But of course, it has evolved. The competition itself has evolved into one where these single pan bands sound very orchestra-like, if I'm being quite honest, right?
Yeah.
And but we're grateful to them for continuing that legacy that is ours to love and ours to cherish. And of course, we look forward to the grand showcase that they're going to put down on Saturday in the Queens Park Savannah, starting at 6 p.m.
That's right. Now we have to get tickets to that occasion. So where can we get those tickets?
The tickets are available physically at our head office in Port of Spain at 55 Dundonald Street. They're also available online via our website, www.pantrinbago.co.tt. As well, you can purchase your tickets on the day at the grandstand in the Queens Park Savannah. Tickets will remain at $150.
Love that.
And for those listening or hoping to view abroad, we do have a pay-per-view option. It will be $25 US, which the link for which will be available via our social media pages by today, I believe.
Right. Yeah. I'm excited about the pay-per-view because it's always something that the foreigners lament. You know, they don't necessarily get to do it. And I quite like that there is a cost attached to it because as much as we talk about loving our own and that sort, there is a need to fund it.
That's
so
absolutely
we
correct.
definitely have to be real about that. Will that mean that we'll also have merch on sale at those locations on that day too?
Every event that we have, we will have merchandise available on sale. Our new legacy merchandise, which I'm donning right now, as well as a lot of new merchandise that we've been rolling out since PAN Month. It will be continued to be rolled out throughout the season. And of course, as we mentioned, money and support and stuff, it would be remiss of me not to mention our sponsors, mainly, of course, the Ministry of Culture and Community Development and the executing agency, the National Carnival Commission of Trinidad and Tobago, to both of whom we are extremely grateful for their continued support.
Of course, of course. And going back to the merch, though, for the sake of Natasha and the people who want pins. Because the Ministry of Culture is definitely going to be there, and they actually are the persons that issue a lot of those iconic pins. So maybe people could get more of those, and maybe the Ministry could make them more available. This is me definitely plugging. Just because it is something that, as you say, we love and it's ours to enjoy, that's a way that we enjoy it. I mean, beyond the music itself, there are so many more tangible ways that we can continuously remind ourselves of who we are with these small icons. So I really genuinely looking forward to those things being available and to making sure that we celebrate ourselves. Now, beyond the pay-per-view and even the live renditions and experience, will we be able to see this post? I always ask for it because, I mean, why not drive down the road listening to some live PAN? Is there going to be any sorts of recordings that we can actually enjoy after?
So even for the preliminary round, I might say we do have a partnership with the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Their tech, yes, they're sound engineers, and they do roll around with us to every panyard in the community to get a high quality recording of each band's performance, and that would be the same thing for the final round of the competition, and people have the option to listen to it on SoundCloud. And as well, we do package our productions for sale afterwards via DVD, flash drives, things like that.
Fantastic. Yeah. I said SoundCloud, woohoo, and I was like, maybe we could, change those platforms. But we'll get there. I'm fully here for it, generally, altogether, whether it be SoundCloud, Apple Music, whatever else. And then we will definitely be seeing more of you, because after that, we still have to go through, of course, more conventional bands. We have Junior Panorama, and we have large bands and medium and large conventional. Pace.
And in between, we still somehow find the time to throw pan and powders in every region of Trinidad and Tobago. The party don't stop in PAN Trinbago. It really doesn't stop.
We have a lot to celebrate. I mean, I really appreciate that the momentum has continued from celebrating PAN and internationally recognizing it as the wonderful instrument that it is. Because a lot of times we talk a big talk and then things fall off by the wayside. So this is a fantastic continuation of that celebration. I do want to remind people of how they can get their merch, though, whether or not they're heading to the panyards or just waiting till the grand finals, however they plan to do it. How can we participate otherwise?
With the merchandise specifically?
Of course, my favorite thing.
At our head office. The same way you can get the tickets at $150, you can also get the merchandise at our head office on a daily basis between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 PM, we welcome anyone. You can come in at any time. We accept cash payments, links payments, the like.
That's right. Now, one last thing, because in terms of the revisits that I expect from you, I know we'll go through in more detail the small conventional bands, the junior panorama and such. But are there ways that we could see small differences or small tweaks to each of these? Because, I mean, you're doing every single year these sorts of grand performances all together, and there needs to be a little bit different element or two to make sure that the fans have something to look forward to. Will there be any tweaks that we could look forward to that you're willing to share now?
Sure. Those that would have been tuning into our Facebook pages and our live stream for the prelims, I would say you would notice a marked difference in how we carry our prelims. So before, we've been tweaking how we use it and what devices we use to bring the prelims to our virtual audience, I would say. And I think we've settled on a means and a method that works well. So it's very immersive, I would say. We have a team that is, I forgot the device that they roll around on. When they do the second round of the song, they're rolling around in between each player, getting the camera in the pan. so members of the public have the ability not just to watch it from a frontal view, you see all players from that view, but you get to get into the hand movements. And so we making the experience inclusive, immersive, and very exciting for those that wish to watch it online. And that will continue for each round of the competition.
Absolutely. But on the 29th of November from 6 p.m. at the Queens Park Savannah, you could be part of the excitement as the National Panorama 2026 Single Pan Finals competition will take place. You can still get your tickets online and at the door, but we want you to celebrate our legacy with sweet, sweet steel pan and, of course, PAN Trinbago making it all happen. Thank you so much, Kwesi, for joining us. See you soon. And you guys can stick around as we have even more here for you now on the morning show after these messages.